Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another video. It's Codebreaker Gaming back with another Tekken 8 character customization video. And we are continuing our X-Men 97 Tekken 8 character customization series. And in today's video, we're going to be creating a character who is iconic in the world of X-Men. Probably one of the first characters that comes to mind if you say X-Men. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be creating Wolverine. So without any further delay, let's jump into it. So for starters, the character you're going to want to be using for this customization is Paul Phoenix. As you can see, he is there on screen. So we're going to start off by going into the body where we currently are. We're going to click on his hair and we're going to find him an appropriate hairstyle. And if you ask me, I think the one that we're going to go with is this Lee short center part haircut. It is the closest representation to Wolverine's hairstyle, whether it be in the comic books or what you've seen in the 20th Century Fox movies. Alright, so that's what we're going to rock there. We're going to come back to his eyes. We're going to leave those as his default eyes. We don't need to change the eye color at all. We come down to the facial hair, and you guys already know we don't really need to touch his facial hair. We can change the color of it, which we will. We're going to change it to this nice black or maybe even brown. So it's only one color palette, as you can see, the default facial hair. I'm going to change that to brown so that it matches the hair on his head. All right. I'm going to change his eyebrow color also to brown. Okay. There will be no face makeup. There will be no face paint. And we are not going to tan him at all. And that is it in the top section of the character customization. We're going to come on down to his clothes. Alright. So we're not going to be putting anything on his head. We're not going to use anything on his full face. He will not wear glasses. Now for his entire body, we are going to change his skin. Okay, now this is his default Tekken 8 player 1 style. We are going to change it to Tekken 7 style, which is this one you see here. Now I know some of you guys might be looking like, what the hell? Are we still making Wolverine? The answer to that question is yes. Just watch and see. Okay, now that we have the Tekken 7 style selected, we're going to press triangle, and this is where the true Wolverine gets created. Let's do it. So for color palette number 1, we're going to change that to that beautiful gold that you see there. You already know what it is. For color palette number 2, now this is red. This is going to be his t-shirt underneath the jacket. I'm inclined to turn this thing black, or you could possibly do royal blue. I'm going to do royal blue for this video. Okay. For color palette number 3, that will be his pants, no doubtedly that sweet gold color. Are we seeing how it's coming together already? Are we seeing how this is coming together? This is going to be nasty. For color palette number 4, we got to figure out what that is. I believe it may be his gloves. Let's see. It is his gloves. We're going to change that royal blue as well. For color palette number 5, I'd imagine this is his boots, which are also going to be royal blue. For color palette number 6, I believe we're going to leave that black, because if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be his actual the clips that are on his belt. Let's take a look. Let's change it white and make sure. Oh no, that's actually what's in his boots. We're gonna make that black. Color palette number 6, black. Color palette number 7, let's turn it white, see what it is. That is his actual shoulder plate up there. We're gonna make that royal. Ooh, it looks more metallic when you make it royal blue. Why did they have to do that? Hold up, it's something else that changed. Make it white. Something else looked like it changed too. No, it didn't. Okay, so we're gonna make it blue to keep in theme with the character. Another acceptable color here would be black, because it does have that kind of shiny, kind of chrome finish. So the blue looks a little. We're gonna make it blue, royal blue. Color palette number 7. Color palette number 8. Let's see what that is. That is his belt. Obviously, that's going to be royal blue as well. And let's give him a good spin so you guys can see what we're working with thus far. Alright, so color palette number 9. I'm pretty sure that's going to be his the clips on his legs. Let's change it white to make sure. Indeed, that is what it is. So I say, personally, I think we should leave these as the default colors. If you look at it as gold, you can hide it if you make it gold. Because, you know, Wolverine really doesn't have all that kind of stuff going on his pants. So, I mean, you can hide it. You can make it gold and it looks almost invisible. If you make it royal blue to provide balance to the costume, I mean, royal blue could also work. But I'm leaning more so towards making it gold. So that way it's hidden, or, you know, it doesn't distract away from the costume as much. Okay. Let's look at the royal blue one more time though. And you guys can use your own discernment here. I highly recommend using the gold, because even the default color, it still looks okay, but it is a little bit off-putting. But if you go with gold, you kind of wipe it out. The visual of it is gone. So I'm going to make it gold. That's color palette number 9. For color palette number 10, let's see what this is. That is his knee pad. We'll keep that as, we'll make it blue as well. Or, some of you may already be thinking, if you make it gold, you hide it. You see? You make it gold, it is hidden. So we're going to make it gold. Keep everything simple. For color palette number 11, that is something that is white. I do believe that are the stars on the knee pad. Let's change it blue to make sure. And that is exactly what it is. So let's make it gold and do our best to hide it. For color palette number 12, I do believe this is the straps on his boots. I could be mistaken. Let's change it white to see. That is what's on his wristbands. We're going to make this royal blue as well. For color palette number 13, it is black as default color. Let's see what that is. So turning it white. It is the sole of his shoe. Okay, so you guys can use your discernment here. You can either go with white for this color. You can keep it royal blue like the rest of his boot if you prefer. I like to break up colors just a little bit because that looks a little tacky to me. I mean, so you can go with black. You can keep it as the default if you like, or you can make it white. Okay, either of those 3 colors will work. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make it white. And I would love to be able to change the color of the straps in his boots. So color palette number 14 is already defaulted. So let's see what that is. Indeed, that is the straps in his boots. I literally just said that. I'm going to make those white as well. Color palette number 14. I'm not sure what on earth that is. Maybe it's his belt buckle. Let's see. Let's make it black. I don't even know what changed. Let's make it red as a more predominant color. Ah, I see. It's the where his claws would come from, as you can see. You make it pink. Yep, it's where his claws come from. So we're gonna make that. We're gonna keep that the default color. Actually, I think we should make it white so it stands out a little bit better. Yeah, white makes it stand out just a little bit better. So we're going to make color palette number 15 white. That is the last color palette that we have here. And give me 1 second. Okay, so that is going to do it for the color palettes on his costume. And ladies and gentlemen, we are almost complete with Wolverine. All right. Now, obviously, this is a maskless version of Wolverine. For the time being, anyway. We don't know what customization parts will be coming to Tekken 8 in the future, and we may possibly have some type of mask that will be able to create a Wolverine wearing a mask. But that's all we're going to do here in the color palette changing. We're going to back out now. We're not putting anything on his upper body. As you guys know, when you select one of his entire body skins, you are unable to use an upper body, lower body, or a shoe, because that will change the entire skin back to a default. Okay, so we're gonna back out and we're going to now move into the accessory portion of the customization. And for entry number 1, we're going to go down here and we're going to use this here, the claws. Purchase the claws if you don't have them. They are 50,000 G Corp coins, fight money. And we have the claws there. Now, what we want to do, because they are a little too high, we're going to move them down. As you can see, this option here, move down. And we're going to align those. Well, that's about as far down as we can move them, which is to... Well, we got to move those forward too. They look a little... So we're going to move them down, -10, and then we're going to move them frontwards to a -2. I'm sorry, a +2. Not more than that. You could go +3 if you like. Just bear in mind, you want to spin them around. You see how it kind of hovers there? So we're going to go -3. I'm sorry, +3. And then we have move up. We're going to move them left or right, and that is where we can really put them on him. So we're going to move them left. I'm sorry, definitely not right, to get them onto his gloves. And I think that is about as good as we're going to get there at 3. And actually at 3, we're going to move them forward a little. So move front and back should be set at 2. And move left and right should be set at 3. And move up and down will be -10. Everything else will remain the same. We're going to go ahead and put that on both hands. We only have the option to do left hand or right hand for right now. So we're going to confirm that. We don't need to change the color. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to come on and back out, and we're going to do the same for accessory slot number 2. I'm going to select the claws once again. Remember, -10. Well, right hand, -10. Left and right was 3. Wait. Left and right was... Wait a minute. Oh, now I'm getting confused. Okay, front and back was negative. No, it looks like it's changing because we're using a different hand, but that's fine. So yeah, 3 for a +3 for front and back, and a -2 for... Ooh, does it look the same on that side? Why is it so far in? Ooh, that is very much in there. Oh, actually, we could do it that way. We could hide it inside the glove. Or you can have it outside the glove. It's... I like this. -10, -3, and 3 to take that whole plate out of it. So let's keep it at -10, -3, +3. We're going to confirm that. We're going to edit. We're going to edit this to -10, +3, -3, or is it +3, -3? Well, actually, that's at 0. Hold spin them around. One more time. You see how this one went in there so beautifully. I guess this one is too. Same kind of thing. No, we're not rotating it up. That's 0. Where's move up and down? Move up and down. Okay, that does it there. And there you can see we spin him around. This is Wolverine in his yellow cartoon from the X-Men 1994 from Fox 5. Alright, we're going to confirm this, lock this in place. For other, you guys can use whichever character panel you prefer. Use your own discernment there. I personally think this is the best one for this particular character. Oh, they added who illustrates it. We're going to use that one. For the aura, you guys don't need an aura. I personally like to give my character customizations that are based on superheroes, comic books, or things of that nature some type of added flair. For Wolverine, if anything, I think a movement aura would work. So you can do a trail blue. That will be his hands and feet. I don't think there's anything else that works that well with him, because all of these are for the leg, these are for the arm. This is a entire body aura. Let's check out the blue and see how that looks. You know, Wolverine doesn't power up, so. And again, this is on his arm. We have. I don't even see this one. And yeah, I think I'm going to use the trail, the blue trail, so that when he moves, you can see a little bit of trail. For his hit effect, you guys can use your own discernment here. Once again, just because he is a comic book inspired creation, I think we'll use something that's a little bit more comic booky. You can use this Hangul comic book effect, or you can use the English comic book effect. I see no reason why we could use the Japanese comic book effect, but it is a comic book effect nonetheless, so I guess that does open up a great possibility. I'm going to use his English comic book effect. And again, you guys can use your own discernment here. Like if you don't want your Wolverine to come off a little too comic booky and you want him to be the Wolverine R-rated movie Wolverine, you don't want that comic book effect up there at all. You want him to be raw and uncut. But for the purposes of this creation, I'm going to use the comic effect English. I'm going to come to the model viewer. I'm going to change the background to black. Background number 2. Make it really pop. And as you guys can see, if you look at his face, he actually looks very much like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. He looks very much like him. It is uncanny. You see what I did there? It's uncanny. For the pose, you guys can see what pose number 2 looks like. I personally, whoa, no, that actually looks good. We're gonna keep it at pose number 2, and we're gonna shoot this damn thumbnail. So you can push R2 to zoom in, you can push L2 to zoom out, and you can push in the touchpad and use the left stick to move the frame around. So we're gonna zoom in some more, and oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I think we just got, that is kick-ass character customization. I'm telling you guys, Tekken 8 delivers on the customization front. Anything you can think of in your mind that you've seen in a comic book or cartoon, any character you can think of, you can practically make them in Tekken 7. And this is a fine example. This is Wolverine, one of my favorite characters from X-Men, one of my favorite comic book characters, period. Not just in Marvel, one of my favorite comic book characters, period. For those of you who don't know, I tend to always like the characters who are rough and edgy, okay? So I like Wolverine. I like characters like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Characters like Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. Anybody who has that chip on their shoulder, those are the characters I like because that's kind of how I am. All right, so we're going to push X to take the screenshot, and this will be the image that is used for the thumbnail. We're going to push yes. We're going to press circle to back out of there. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have just effectively created X-Men 97's Wolverine. This could also be Hugh Jackman's version of Wolverine in the upcoming Deadpool 3 movie. And this is also the Wolverine that was on the Fox 5 X-Men cartoon that ran on for 5 seasons. If you guys are unfamiliar with those series because you're a little too young to remember them, do yourself a favor and go check them out. This has been Code Breaker Gaming, another Tekken 8 character customization video brought to you by yours truly. If you guys liked this video, if you enjoyed this customization, do me a favor and tap the hell out of that like button. Tap it, tap it, tap it. All right. I also need you guys to comment below and let me know what you think about the character customization of Wolverine that you see here on screen. And lastly, I need you guys to make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you have not already done so. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can be notified immediately when the next Tekken 8 character customization video drops. We have a few more characters from the X-Men 97 that we are going to be bringing here to the channel for Tekken 8 character customization purposes. You do not want to miss it. Code Breaker Gaming is now signing out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.